Hello there, I'm MountPain27 and this is Dean of Doom, the show where we give grades to classic and contemporary Doom WADs. Why? Because ranking things is fun. Today's episode will be dedicated to Ichinichi. Hey, I recognize that music. The sophomore solo megawad by TheMightyWhoosh, released earlier this year. A devoted classicist, Whoosh has so far worked exclusively with IWAD textures and MIDIs in his releases. Doom 2 and both halves of Final Doom are clearly his biggest mapping inspirations. I confess I'm not too fond of his debut megawad, Kinda, which is infamous for its resource starvation, obtuse progression choices, and hitscanner overindulgence, but Ichinichi represents an evolution of Whoosh's process. Not counting tinkering and post-feedback changes, each map was created in 24 hours or less, hence the Japanese title, which translates to 1 day. This limitation lends internal consistency to the length and depth of these maps without affecting Whoosh's creativity. As much as he respects tradition, his vision of Doom is a very particular one, and that's where his strength lies. In the spirit of Ichinichi's endeavor, I decided to limit each of today's reviews to no more than 100 words, not counting a special introduction for each map. Call it hyaku no kotoba. So here's how the show works. Every map gets 1 grade for quality and 1 for difficulty. Quality grades go from A to F. Grade A levels are fun, memorable, visually distinctive, creative, and a fair challenge. We grade difficulty from X to E, X for extreme, E for easy, A through D in between. Keep in mind, my idea of a great map is probably not the same as yours, but that's okay. Disagreeing is part of the fun, after all. At the end of the day, this show is about spreading the joy of Doom, so let's do so. Before we start, the rules are, we play on ultraviolence and must pistol start each level. I need to play the WAD twice before reviewing it. Saves are allowed, and we go for 100% kills in all levels, making exceptions when it's just not worth it. I play on Z-Doom, and today's compatibility is limit removing. Now to the WAD. Map 1. Hello. Konnichiwa, Whoosh. You've come a long way, my friend. Hope you enjoy this. Take your pick of melee implements and pound or slice your way through this mildewed base. A sneaky switch unlocks the chain gun, and a loaded shotgun awaits in the courtyard. 2 revenants and chain gunners guard the blue key. For map 1, it's quite the zap of energy. For some reason, I thought the red key was a secret, so I claim credit for inventing this SR50 speedrun exploit. It's not worth it. I like the fisticuffs and the fiery visual accents, and you can't go wrong with the imp song. The exit teleporters, straight out of Kinda, suggest a Whooshiverse. Grade B-, difficulty D-. Map 2, Industry. Dreams of TNT. Automatic candle doors. The cost of progress. Sludgy, gritty, and distinctly reminiscent of Perdition's Gate for its emphasis on brown and gray, Industry is a merry-go-round of pain, interconnected and not overstocked with health. This SSG resupply room will be your deliverance. I wager Whoosh's hitscan placement and his rogue revenants will sting you worse than big ambushes like this one. I dig the open-air scenery here, maybe because it bears a vague resemblance to human barbecue. This whole WAD scratches an itch for those of us who wish there had been just a little more Final Doom. Grade B, difficulty D+. Map 3, Foundations. Choose your path wisely. One of them will take you to Chain Gunner Heaven. Foundation's setup is simple. To leave the opening room, you hit a switch that opens 3 different routes. Decisions. Patient players will discover an SSG in the tunnel, and there's also a secret in here which gives you a mega armor, backpack, and backstab opportunity. Pocket the yellow key, clear out the fleshy center room, gulp the invulnerability, and enjoy the fireworks. There's no challenge whatsoever to this blue key battery, but I'll be damned if I don't enjoy having this many bullets bounce right off me. Grade B+, difficulty D-. Map 4, The Archives. Scholarly pursuits, stained with blood on these dark shelves. Archvile going up. Whoosh's insistence on vanilla purity sometimes gives me MIDI fatigue. D-In-Sit is particularly tired, but the Archives draws me in nonetheless. Be sure to grab the double barrel before dealing with these librarians, and after that, use the skull switches to scale the shelves and break outside, where the blue key is primed for a surprisingly hectic rocket fight. Pilfer Professor Pain Elemental's red key and use the pencils on his desk to open a secret panel and a megasphere. Kinda cool. Again, the ending is chump change, but it looks pretty and feels suitably dramatic. Grade B, difficulty D. Map 5, Metallic. Fire slowly unveiled. Recalls my childhood missteps. Metal never dies. Whoosh's homage to TNT Map 8, Metallic cranks the music and casts you into the crucible. I like the jagged set dressing and liberal use of hot textures, but Metallic is a bit corridor heavy, matter-of-factly funneling you from one objective to the next. The optional blue key opens a neat plasma rifle secret. What I like most about maps like these is their intentionally antiquated ideas of what scary fights are supposed to look like. Every time Whoosh slowly lowers a big wall with like 10 monsters behind it, I can't help but smile. Grade B, difficulty D-. Map 6, The Host. Red shadows follow. I think I see an old fear on the horizon. By now it must be obvious why I'm drawn to this WAD. The host's sprawling tracts, eerie ambience, and clash of hellish and technological themes all effortlessly evoke evilution. The roaming cyber demon isn't realistically threatening, but he generates a nervous tingle that I like. With a rad suit, you can scoot through the lava for a rocket launcher and kingly loot pile, then take the Baphomet teleporter and clean out the blasted remains of the UAC facility. Something about Sean Silver and Red Rock really does it for me. That and Thomas Dane's MIDI, of course. Grade A-, difficulty D. Map 7, Bay 7. Sector 666. Why is it held so sacred? Sacrifice these two. Combat-wise, this is the hardest Ichinichi hits us so far, but the MIDI choice is strange, and the extremely on-the-nose dead simple application might prompt smirks. Don't burn all your cells before confronting these two overworked Amazon vials in the warehouse, and save this blur sphere for the Mastermind Rumble. With both skull keys in your possession, you can unlock the Arachnotron and Mancubus exhibits, kill them, and leave. Not sure why the colored switches had to be in different rooms. That seems kind of unnecessary. Grade C+, difficulty D+. Map 8, Bliss. Unwary zombies. Everything I see is brown. Thanks, American. I'm tepid about this one. Even for retro work, Bliss is extremely easy, and the surrounding architecture feels a tad bland. It's not symmetrical, but after a few laps it sure feels like it is. The Kako fight in the grassy central courtyard injects some life into the proceedings, especially approached with a maxed out rocket launcher, but time is easily lost if you overlook that this switch lowers the red key. Since you killed almost all the monsters in the first 2 minutes, the pool fights feel wimpy, and the space between them empty. Grade C, difficulty D-. Map 9, Pinnacle Olive. Satan's Martini. No ice, no twist, no mercy. I'm the one who shakes. The unlikely combo of crushers, spinal columns, and bathroom tile immediately grabs your attention, but Pinnacle Olive is unsteady on the action side. The red key fight and build up to the blue key outpost do nothing for me, and the marquee ambush has piss and vinegar only if you don't find the secret rocket launcher. I have no clue why this swimming pool is here, but I'm delighted to see it, both for the Doom cute and for the free associativeness. The shootable switch secret, gnarly meat hallway, and this shy archvile party are all very missable. Grade B-, difficulty C-. Map 10, Ed. Landscape shots and gore. The big gun eluded me. Who the hell is Ed? TheMightyWhoosh does some of his best work in red, but this map disagrees with me. Doom castles aren't my thing, Demons on the Prey is played out, and the combat is mundane. Exhibit 1, boring. Exhibit 2, easily containable with rockets. Exhibit 3, clever the first time. You can let your plasma rifle roar in the penultimate fight, but the revenants outside make the cleanup a bit annoying. Ed also over-relies on the pairing of red stone and skybox paintings, and I think the lack of cosmetic variety indirectly contributes to the gameplay slumping. Grade C-, difficulty D+. Map 11, Team Rocket. Bright rockets in bloom. I planted them in demons. The Brutal Gardener. One of Whoosh's most effortlessly entertaining outings, Team Rocket opens with a Mancubus-led platoon of imps for you to massacre, then quickly unfurls into a game of rocket tag with a cyber demon. Luckily, his pink lackeys will distract him long enough for you to knock out the Arachnotron snipers. You don't have to rocket duel him, there's a plasma rifle down in this hole. After you tuck Cyb in for a permanent nap, the dust settles unless you panic and let the meatball triplets loose in the red key ambush. This is a solid, exciting, and densely packed map. Grade B+, difficulty C-. Map 12, E2M. City Violence has a cold glint in its eye. Rev up that chainsaw. More like E1M, except for the music, E2M looks every bit the classic Mars base. It's the first time Whoosh provides you a computer map, but navigation's no big bother. The chain gunners downstairs will soften you up for the Doom 2 All-Stars, so pick them off and guard your health stack. There's a rocket launcher in the blue room and an optional BFG that this green room switch unlocks. You might need it. E2M is not really my cup of tea. It starts slow, stays stingy, and I've seen this brand of visual technobabble a million times. Grade C, difficulty C. Map 13, Dirty Laundry. Slumbering beneath, in the sickening tunnels. Adrian's Demons. A boilerplate sewer map that sticks religiously to the Casale texturing template, Dirty Laundry made me nervous on first go-around because Kinda Map 3 was unusually uptight supply-wise. Not the case here, thankfully. You start with the super shoddy and will never want for shells, plus Whoosh all but serves you a secret mega armor and berserk on a silver platter. The opening pinch and the 2 shootouts in the spillage zones hike the suspense slightly, but this single arachnotron in a small room might be the map's nastiest surprise. Dirty Laundry is traditionally handsome, but otherwise unremarkable. Grade B-, difficulty D. Map 14, Around She Goes. No time to panic. Inside, humble subjects bow to the Spider Queens. Time for a tempo change. Around She Goes is a ramshackle Frankenbase that unfolds layer by layer. The more switches you activate, the larger and more hazardous the playing field becomes. 2 spider masterminds guard the perimeter and don't think they're harmless. From certain angles, they have line of sight into the base, and they can corral you while they're both still alive. This map feels like an expansion of Whoosh's repertoire. It's a play-at-your-own-pace sandbox, complete with an organic and interesting boss fight. Grade B, difficulty C-. Map 15, Diamond Mines. Heat, pressure, and time. Cyber footsteps in the walls. Oh, a BFG. Diamond Mines features some relatively hot-blooded on-the-run combat, but it's mostly memorable for this incredibly offhand BFG placement and for the way it hides map 31. Once you've body-bagged most of the infernal excavators and secured the yellow key, a very needless cyber demon appears and you're free to leave the map. However, if you double back from the exit upon seeing the blue key door within, you can find a puzzle room guarded by crushers that harkens back to TNT's famous torch telefrag sequence. I recommend hurrying through this one. It's more fun that way. Grade B-, difficulty C-. Map 31, Boom. Boom, pow, bam, crackle. Ouch, oof, blurg, crunch, sploosh, yikes, dead. I like Fire Blue too. This giddy romp through a concrete explosive barrel warehouse is everything a secret map should be. Off the wall, distinctive, and gimmicky as hell. In my experience, it's safe to ignore the numbering of the teleporters, but if something says do not shoot, don't. Pinging 3 eye switches unlocks the super secret exit, but don't pass on the red key fight. The madcap melee between Fire Blue pancakers is a highlight. 50 Shades of Greytall cornered the market on this particular brand of zany decor, but Boom has enough eccentricities to distinguish itself from MIDIs and the rest of Ichinichi. Fire Blue trees. Grade A-, difficulty D+. Map 32, Himitsu, Wolfenstein textures. Sometimes secrets don't dazzle. Saibi in darkness. The title means secret in Japanese, which feels as arbitrary as this map's 32-slot designation. The unassuming Himitsu has 2 noteworthy moments. The archvile freed at the same time as the yellow key can cause a scare, and the cyber demon duel in the dark is as good a way to end as any. If you're looking for the super shotgun, it's with the chain gunner snipers next to this Fire Blue generator. The imp toilet secret shoehorned into the exit room seems like a moldy tribute, but I see no other resemblance to his work here. Grade C+, difficulty C. Map 16, Tortured. Blood flows like water. Mangled adornments screaming. Make them pay for this. Lifelong Doom fans will feel cozy in this classic-style slaughterhouse. Corpses roasting on an open fire, blood pools dripping down the hill, meaty pillars spinning round in the hall, and rockets juicing Mancubi. Whoosh's grisly deco excuses his hellish veil's skimpy detailing, but I really like the fights he's rigged. The unfolding opening and red key reprisal are just the kind of set pieces that folks looking to relive Doom 2's suburbs would enjoy. On an unrelated note, this is my favorite map to ever use the MIDI Getting Too Tense. I swear that track is cursed. Grade B, difficulty D. Map 17, Map UAC. Rapid Fire Whirlwind. 80s action hero sheen. Termination Time. Map UAC's clumsy title undersells it. In this star-tan stronghold, Jonathan L. Bizri's MIDI keeps the blood pumping while Whoosh orchestrates a rash of teleport ambushes and knockout firefights. The storage room shootout is particularly galvanizing. The archvile that appears out of thin air when you jump to the blue key has gotten me twice now, but anyone who's been paying attention will know this exit teleporter's a fake. Map UAC isn't cutting-edge slaughter or anything, but within Ichinichi it's a ballistic fireworks show and a worthy accompaniment to one of my favorite TNT tracks. Grade B+, difficulty D+. Map 18, Creep. Into the unknown. Something terrible was here. Don't look behind you. Too empty and too quiet. Just the kind of TNT-inspired heebie-jeebies I like. Expect nothing but suspense and surprise attacks in this powered-down facility. Whoosh ladles on the screams in a B-movie kind of way. The jump scares are numerous and pretty harmless, but this lights-on, lights-off room is nicely unnerving. This fake wall arachno never notices me until I get close, exactly like the one in Crater's basement. The yellow key needing a mandatory gunfire switch feels a little unfair, and the Cyberdemon clothes are obligatory, but Creep offers a change of pace and expos Whoosh's lighting chops ably. Grade B, difficulty D. Map 19, The Big Sad. Green marble and blood. Always a sign of evil. Here we go again. Dabbling in so many themes and approaches, a mighty whiff in this megawad was inevitable. After a round of supplies roulette at the start, the Big Sad becomes what it's called. The Mancubus, Revenant, and respawning Arachno turrets are time sinks. The vile pig fight only has a pulse if you bumble into it. The yellow key makes you double back to the start, which is easy to overlook. I know Barons are in theme, but there are too many of them, and the BFG is pointless. This is Ichinichi's nadir. Grade D, difficulty D+. Map 20, C+. I'll give the grades here, buddy. Watchful Rocket Goat awaits a brave challenger. Never mind, cheese him. With death spells at its back, even the lowliest tech base can clamber into my memory. Whoosh's layout interconnects smoothly, but I don't think it's large enough to merit so many teleport spots and locked doors. C+'s calling card is the most defenseless Cyberdemon I've seen since I was a scared kid playing Mill, and the double mastermind ending is a cool visual but completely unthreatening. The surprise vial, weird little berserk secret, and nostalgic aura give this just enough leverage to earn, you guessed it, a C+. Difficulty D. Map 21, Brisk. Our technology. Throttled by hell's tentacles. Clean up and get out. Without its serrated edges, the spare and symmetrical Brisk would struggle on the visual front. The mighty Whoosh takes obvious pleasure in scourging his architecture with hellish blight. Like Team Rocket and Boom, Brisk cuts loose a bit, showering the player with rockets and letting them dictate the pace of play. The faster you hit the skulls with shades, the sooner the map reaches boiling point. Don't forget the not-so-secret power-ups, save explosives for the Archvile-led farewell party, and this one's in the books. Grade B-, difficulty D. Map 22, Embedded. The fools dug too deep. No one left to tell the tale. Do you dare descend? Buckle up for the best run of maps in Ichinichi. This condemned mining outpost is all crags and whispers, helped in its pursuit of freakiness by one of Bobby Prince's best. I love the sizzling, cacomaniacal start and the dead-end ambush in the Red Cavern's heart, and the yellow key cliff climb is a nice rug pull and reuse of an arena. Unless you like exploring geological crannies as much as I do, you'll probably call this part vague signposting, but I'd rather this than corridors and locked doors. For the Doom nerds out there, think Fomalhaut Play School Edition. Grade B+, difficulty C-. Map 23, Tech Gone Naughty. Gore-splattered circus. It's called Chaotic Evil. Inject me with it. I can't be more in this map's target audience, but holy shit does it sweep me off my feet. Tech Gone Naughty is full-tilt aggression, essentially a gun barrel of bad guys to zoom through like a human bullet. Don't get cocky though. Whoosh primes some truly vicious sideswipes along the way, and after you grab the BFG and crack the red key chamber, you better be ready for hellfire. Four Archviles, and it's still not done. The balls it takes to stab us with a fake exit after 22 maps played straight? High five, Whoosh. This is absolutely stellar work. Grade A, difficulty C+. Map 24, Epping. Woodland creatures play. Dead, so Doom Guy won't find them. Good hunting, Marine. One of Ichinichi's cleanest and prettiest locales, Epping's arboreal scenery and sleepy MIDI are slightly deceiving. You get plenty of breathing room in most fights, but the Cyber Archer is a threat to the distracted player, and the red key fight will eat you alive if you squandered your cells. I'm taken with this little graveyard and its grove of sector trees, and Whoosh's texture coordination is tip-top throughout. More than most Ichinichi maps, Epping's landforms and architecture complement each other and facilitate an organic gameplay flow, but this map's begging for a custom MIDI. Maybe in Whoosh's next megawad. Grade B+, difficulty C. Map 25, Putrid. Patiently skulking. Reeking concrete cubes galore. We've been here before. Putrid's geometric orthodoxy is rather attractive covered in grime. I especially like the Vial's poison pool room, and the Soul Sphere secret within is one of Whoosh's most gratifying. On the downside, the Mastermind encounter is a groaner. Whoosh substitutes Barons for Hell Knights without justification, and the entire Bronze Tunnel section feels like a repeat of Map 13. I like this map more on first play. It's moody but flimsy. Grade B-, difficulty C-. Map 26, Akadesu. Skoshi Shobosha. Ishigo, Bara, Kako, Chirusakura. It's red, baby. Akadesu's brazen confidence overcomes its hub structure's simplicity. Each subsection locks you in until you're done, so gather what you need before you proceed. Whoosh is starting to lay down lines with authority. The Revenant bombardment in the opening room and the onslaught in the Red Key Cavern pop out of the screen with their sharp borders, interesting shapes, and delicate lighting. Akadesu's no pushover either. This double Vial surprise is especially fiendish because you're liable to leave corpses right where they appear. This is one of Ichinichi's hallmark maps. Tough, stylish, and red. Grade A-, difficulty C+. Map 27, Regenerations. New technology. The lone trespasser takes note of our ancient foe. Regenerations is a map I dig down deep in my gut. It's like Whoosh inceptioned me, because gaping at this huge, fathomless room and its handsome silver skylights feels like discovering TNT Evolution's 33rd map. But it owes Doom 2, too. The lack of MIDI replacement is no accident. Regenerations takes the crawling skin you get from the courtyard in Monster Condo and stuffs it in a sterilized exoskeleton. Whoosh is sometimes held captive by his loyalty to the classics, but this particular unholy resurrection brought something else back with it. This is a dead ringer, one of Whoosh's best. Grade A, difficulty D+. Map 28, Castle of Corruption. Ash burns in my throat. This siege is almost over. Ready your crossbows. Ichinichi's about to get medieval on your ass. The opening crossfire of green bolts and zombie bullets, raucous plasma gun shooting range, and repeat encounters with teleporting Revenant triplets will put hair on your chest, but this quadruple Archvile encounter is completely bonkers for this megawad. You can exploit it by standing near the teleporter where they can't hear you, but still, 4 whole Archviles. Once again, the MIDIWhoosh is a softie with Cyberdemon placements, and anyone who gets the BFG earlier than me, read everybody, should run roughshod over these peasants. Grade B, difficulty C. Map 29, Pop. Pop? That's ominous. Is it? Maybe. Maybe not. I love symmetry. This peculiar penultimate stage is conceptually hateable, but too cute and mild-mannered for that hate to stick. After a needless key hunt, Pop gives you a Megasphere, a BFG, and a very unhidden invulnerability to deal with 4 Jack-in-the-Box Demon Brigades and 3 Cybers in the hub area. Not since I put myself through Kristen Klei's BF Thud have I seen a map so stifled by geometric and decorative orderliness, and the main event is silly and egregiously easy. I don't know what the heck Whoosh was thinking, but I've never seen anything half as strange as Pop in slot 29. Grade D, difficulty D. Map 30, Goodbye. I accept my fate. Demon slaying forever. Till death do us part. I never did finish kinda, so I approached Goodbye with no expectations and came away pleased. Neither an icon of sin nor an ultimate challenge, Goodbye caps Ichinichi on a pitch-black comedy routine of sorts. After gathering weapons, you can open the evil structure and pump your fist to this terrible miscommunication, swipe the yellow skull when they're all dead, and when you come back with a BFG, 4 Archviles will have restarted the party. Unfortunately for you, that's only the second worst surprise that awaits. Sorry, soldier, but there's no way out of this one. Goodbye. Grade B, difficulty D+. So, in 2023, you can't find a better Final Doom Part 3 than Ichinichi. TheMightyWhoosh fuses Plutonia's cogent layouts with Evilution's mysterious soul, and the result is not quite like either of them, despite its undeniable relation. Ichinichi's thematic variety, familiar MIDI soundtrack, and digestible average map duration are welcoming qualities that can easily suck you into a full playthrough. But I think this set will resonate most with TNT fans. I've never really been able to describe that thing that makes TNT special to me, but whatever it is, Ichinichi has it too, and that's the highest compliment I can give it. My final grade for Ichinichi is a B. Difficulty-wise, this is one of the easiest megawads I've covered on this show, so let's give it a D-. It's ideal for newbies looking for a gentle step up from the IWADs or difficulty junkies in need of rehab. Now for my Dean's List. Valedictorian, Map 23, Tech Gone Naughty. Salutatorian, Map 27, Regenerations. Class President, Map 26, Akadesu. And the dunce cap goes to Map 19, The Big Sad. Thank you very much for watching, and please feel free to share your thoughts on the WAD down below. I'd love to hear what you think, and I'll heart your comments to let you know I've read them. Now, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge my generous patrons. Aaron Allen, Agile Jackson, Agu XYZ, Alephany, Alex Topfer, Artisan Talzar, Bo Higginbotham, Beatbeard, Ben Barrett, Birdburn, Blexor, Buildersith, Bitefire, Kappa-Bitch, Captain Wave, Cheese Wheel, Chloe584, Christophine Place, Cinnamon, Cutman Mike, Damo, Dan, Delirium, Doot Yourself, Dorothy Miller, Eggboy, Emma Essex, Francis T218, Galaquack, General Roasterock, Gothic Box, Griffin Upchurch, Hassamnas, Henners Lenners, Henning, Hexelix, Hot Tomato, Hyaksho, Idiot Supreme, In Captivity, Jeff Hibbert, Jimmy Paddock, Jose Ballestero, Josh Ballard, Jude, Just Some Schmuck, Just Great 98, Killplane, Quan, Large Cat, Lexi Max, Lumnal, Nancubian Candidate, Mark Rowland, Master Drew 117, Matthew Gower, McJimbles, Michael Akins, Miracle Water, Mixer, Moko Mothman MM47, Mozicon, Myolden, Nafferty, Neurometry, Nick XCOM, Knights 108, Number 26, Not Obelisk, NX Avery, Omnibot, Painful Hill 72, Pengarzan, Pezaveng Jaj, Phantom Puff, Philip Coffee, Princess Entrapta, Pyro She, Quibs, Red Doomed Earth, Reese Anderson, Richard Fry, Roadworks, Roofy, Sean Grant, Sid Menon, Sir Lethbridge Doomer, Snackerfork, Stonemason, Stupid Nick, Sundry 66, Sunriser, Super Pecan Man, Sylvester Priss, Tarakushino, The Fiery Charmeleon, The Freeman 500, The Lippy Server, The Sapphire Try, TJG1289, Trilby Trillion, Turbine 2K5, Video Game Lover, Wandering Autumn Leaves, Why Bimo Not a Crab, William Huber, and Wonkashak. Thank you. I appreciate you all. This is Mount Pain 27, and I'll see you in the next episode of Dean of Doom.